This week on Battle of Wits, Dan Allaire, Paul Ash, Jacy Lafontaine, and your host, Elspeth Wright. Hello and welcome to Battle of Wits Social Distancing Volume number 5. We've been doing this from home for 5 interesting weeks, and I'm so excited about our lineup tonight. Joining us from Cornwall, Ontario, we have Dan Allaire. Hello, Dan.
Hello, Elspeth. It's so nice to kind of see you.
Yes, it's nice to kind of see you as well. And coming in from Kingston, is it? We have Jacy Lafontaine.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, from Kingston right now.
Nice. And join us from Montreal, we have Paul Ash. Paul, how are you?
I am lovely. I'm getting all set up and excited.
Very good.
Vibrate.
Oh. That is fantastic. We want good vibrations for this episode. Okay, so we're going to start with our first round. This is the warm-up round. In this round, I will ask you some interesting trivia questions, and you will get points for the best answer. You'll see what I mean as we get going. Are you ready for the warm-up round?
By best answer, you mean no one's getting it right.
Probably not.
Grand bullshittery.
Exactly.
Well, maybe one of us is brilliant.
You might know. There's a chance. So the first question of the warm-up round is, what is the official bird of Redondo Beach, California? And I will ask Dan to answer first. The official bird of Redondo Beach, California.
Well, based on what's happening right now, it should be the dodo bird, those idiots on the beaches during COVID-19, but it's definitely not the dodo. The official bird of California. Geez. I'm going to go with just a falcon.
A falcon.
I'm just thinking of the governor, and I'm trying to find a tough bird because I feel like Schwarzenegger would not have been the governor of a puss bird state. So I feel like the bird in Cali should be tough if Arnie was the governor.
Okay. Good answer. That's a good answer. I like that. So this isn't for all of California, though. This is just for a city called Redondo Beach. But I will take your answer into consideration. JC, what is the official bird of Redondo Beach, California?
Well, it's definitely the blue-footed booby. Yeah, they love big areas where people are in bikinis. They feel that they can relate. It's body positive. Also, the fishing is fantastic for them there. So blue-footed boobies is the bird of Redondo, California.
Very good. Good answer. And Paul, what is your answer?
It used to be years ago, it used to be the sandpiper, because the sandpiper with the beach and all that, but with the amount of pollution and radioactive water that has come in there, they allowed the hipsters to re-choose. And so the hipsters thought it would be ironic to choose the seagull as the bird of Redondo Beach, which would go with Arnie, because if you've ever seen like an ocean seagull, you definitely would give it your prize from McDonald's.
Very good.
It would eat the box as well.
Plus, I'm sure mine is the only word that Arnold Schwarzenegger can pronounce in English.
Those are all fantastic answers.
Blue?
I'm going to give JC the point for that one. The actual answer is, I don't know how you guys didn't get this. It's so obvious. It's the Goodyear blimp is officially the bird of Redondo Beach, so Redondo Beach is a small city near...
Full of hot air.
Exactly.
Bam! Damn!
Well
Bonus
done.
point.
Yeah, half point for Dan.
Down like the
Well
Lindenberg.
Yeah, so it's a small coastal city near the Blimp's home airport. So the Blimp's home airport is actually in Carson City, and this city is just near Carson City. So in 1983, they made the Goodyear blimp its official bird, and they had to go through some like legal hoops to make a non-bird a bird, but they did it because they
Was that
love
like Scotland and the unicorn?
Yeah. Except I like this, like the Scotland unicorn thing is like lovely and whimsical, and this is just like, why?
Whimsical.
Yeah, it's basically, I think it's based off of directions. Carson City, where the blimp is from, we're the beach next door.
Yes, exactly.
Just follow the blimp that says so.
Yeah.
It could also be the city with the most buffets, so the blimp is a good reflection of the people who live there.
Yeah. That's very good.
Well, they can't look down at advertising, so they got to look up.
Okay, question number 2. What do turkeys do when they are scared or excited? And we'll start with Jacy for this question.
They open their tail feathers real loud. It's called pea coating. And they go gobble, 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 until their little Adam's apple vibrates and it scares the crap out of whoever's attacking them.
Very good.
Good answer. Paul, what is your answer?
Well, it's sort of a combination of a fight or flight reaction. So they end up sort of bending over, biting their genitals off, and so they leave those behind as they run. Turkeys have a bad sex life.
So instead of peacocking, they're decocking, I guess.
Exactly.
And Dan, what is your answer?
When a turkey is frightened, they shit, suck it up in their beak, and spit it at their attackers.
Oh, these are all
Guys,
very
where
good
was
answers.
this on National Geographic?
I know.
It's the bonus footage.
Yeah, it's the
Turkey
too hot for
bonus
TV.
Yeah, you gotta rent the DVDs from the library for the extra
Tofurkey
footage.
for TV.
Very good. I'm giving that one to Paul. But the actual answer is a little more wholesome than all of your answers. They blush. So the
That's
skin
me after
on
Paul's answer.
Yeah, I know. The skin on their head and neck turns red, blue, or white, and the little flap of skin over their beak, which is called a snood, reddens when they are scared or excited about seeing like a lady. That's what they do to impress them.
So they have the same reaction for the mother-in-law as they do their wives.
Yeah. It is impossible to do this in a spacesuit. And we will start with Paul for this question.
Okay, well, obviously, I wanted to be an astronaut. My feature film starring debut actually handles that question. But I did look into it as a kid, the problems. And one of the things, because of the plumbing hookups that happens while you're in a spacesuit, is you can't fart. It's actually impossible for you to pass gas while you are, extra planetary.
All right. Dan, what is your guess?
Guess, as in you automatically assume he doesn't know.
Yeah.
What is your answer? I'm so sorry. You definitely are all clearly astronauts in training.
Elspeth knows me, so she knows I have no clue. I was gonna say flatulence, but I'm gonna switch that to you can't get a hard on. Due to all the pressure in the suit, the blood doesn't flow the regular way, so it regardless of arousal level, no matter what the aliens around you look like, as sexy as they may be, there was no boners in a spacesuit.
Okay. And Jacy?
Well, I was also going to say farts, but I will change it to you can't hold a tune in a spacesuit, because I am sorry, with all that reverb and the lack of oxygen, like there is no way you can pull a Whitney Houston like high note in a spacesuit. So you can't hold a tune in a spacesuit.
That is very good. And actually, kind of close to the correct
Shut up.
answer.
It's humming, isn't it?
It's whistle. The actual answer is whistle. But the reason for it kind of makes me feel like Paul's could also be correct, so you're both getting a point.
I'll take
So you
it.
can't whistle because there's not enough air molecules to make it make a sound. So maybe all farts in spacesuits are also silent. So audible farts, whistling.
Fizzles.
Yeah, fizzles, exactly.
I watched the episode.
Oh, yeah, that's a callback to our last episode. Go watch it now if you haven't. Sumo wrestlers do what to babies for good luck? So it's good luck for the baby if a sumo wrestler does this to them. Dan, what is your answer?
Well, my knee-jerk until it was good for the baby was eat them. But I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to say put on their first diaper, because sumo wrestlers wear what I think look like diapers. So putting on a baby's first diaper would be good luck for the baby.
Very good answer, Dan. Very good. Jacy, what is your answer?
When they zerber a baby's belly, you know, when like you do the whole like thing to the belly, that is what a sumo wrestler does to tenderize the baby's belly. That was not the right word. Let's forget I said that.
That's fine.
Something else you can't do with a spacesuit. Okay.
Paul, what is your answer?
Well, I know this as well, because I love sumo. It is the national sport of Japan, and it's the hijiki. You don't want to like call that a diaper because you've got like a bunch of 400-pound men upset it with you. But
let them try to catch
they
me.
do that they say is for luck is they throw the baby up in the air, and I really only think it's luck if they catch the baby with it.
The mom doesn't.
Yeah. Very good. All very good answers.
Very Cornwall mom.
Yeah.
Even on a Zoom call, Cornwall gets the short end of the stick, eh? Man.
Always. We always do.
We don't get to smell it here, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't smell anymore.
I'm going to give the point to Dan on that one. I liked the connections. Well done, Dan. The actual answer is make them cry. So it's kind of part of a little ceremony that dates back 400 years, and sumo wrestlers will intentionally make a baby cry. And it's said that if a sumo wrestler can make a baby cry, the baby will have a long and healthy life.
That was my dream job on a horror movie set, was to make the kid cry during takes.
Excellent job. At the end of the first round, Paul and Jacy are tied with 2 points apiece, and Dan is in a very close second with 1.5 points. Let's move on to the second round. Now it is time for our second round. This round is called What Does It Mean? In this round, I will tell you a word, and I will also show it to you so you can read it as I mispronounce it horribly. And you will tell me, what does it mean? The first word is adjund. Adjund. Jacy, can you tell me, what does adjund mean?
Well, it's actually pronounced "oh-gend," and it's the new slang for "oh, gender," meaning like, oh, we don't do that anymore. It's the new like, oh, encompassing term for all of the genders associations.
Very good. Okay, Dan, what is your answer for adjund?
It's actually going to be repronounced og-end. And og-end is going to be what is going to be referred to as this August, the end of the world in 2020 due to COVID-19. And when the people who do survive refer back to the event at the end of COVID-19, they will call it the og-end of the virus.
Okay, very good.
I know it's dark. I'm sorry.
No, you
this
had,
is
like,
supposed to be. This is supposed to be funny, and I'm talking about the end of the world. So this is my
it's
last
supposed to
appearance
be
on Battle of
witty.
Wit.
It's the world we're living in right now. You had some real Fox News energy there for a minute. That was frightening.
What I really liked was he had the end of the world, and then the people after that. That's how they would refer to it.
Well, there's going to be one cockroach that'll survive, Paul, and take over.
Yeah, and he speaks English.
Paul, what is your answer?
Well, okay, Dan at least got the pronunciation right. It is the og end, which is the pointy end of an auger. That is, you can actually switch out various different og ends with a different bit capacity for when you're augering through ice.
Very good. All very good answers. I'm going to give that one to Paul because it stressed me out the least.
I'm a warm happy.
That's very valid in these times. It's the less stressful answer should always win in these days.
Yeah.
For sure. That's also how I basically get to date women during winter. It's like
I believe that.
He's soft and got body warmth.
As long as they don't see your Paul end, they'll be fine.
I'm not standing up. I told you I should. Didn't say where.
I did say pants were optional for this one. Oggend is actually the number to which another number is being added. So if you're saying 6 plus 3, 6 is the oggend, and 3 is called the addend. So a little fun fact for everyone there.
Math and fun together.
Math and fun together for the first time ever. Our next word is zerts. So, Jacy, can you tell me what zerts means?
Yeah, zerts was one of the expressions that the Pokemon says when he gets released from his little ball for an attack. Zerts!
Very good, very good. Dan, can you tell me what zerts means?
Yeah, I have a box upstairs. Zerts are X-rated breath mints shaped like penises and boobs.
Okay, very good. I can actually see that as something at like Spencer's Gifts or something. Like, I feel like those exist in this dark timeline we live in. Paul, what is your answer for zerts?
I was actually going to say that it was Premier Z's of China's his knockoff brand of certs, but I actually remembered now that it is it's actually a measurement for level of discomfort.
Okay. Very
good. So
good.
the stress, that emotional stress, that's how you measure it. Is like hanging out with Dan is about a 4 zerts on the scale. Hanging out with me is like a 2. JC probably about a 7.
Yeah.
Depends.
Okay, all very good answers. I'm gonna give that one to Dan. I'm not intentionally giving all the dirty ones answers. I liked your confidence on that answer. So, and actually it kind of makes sense because the actual definition is to gulp down quickly and greedily. Zerts.
I did not say that there was anything in the candy.
Oh, well then. It changes everything. It changes everything. Our last word for this round is WINKLEPICKER. WINKLEPICKER. Paul, can you tell me what a WINKLEPICKER is?
Well, WINKLEPICKER, it's very obvious. It's somebody who actually cleans the hull of a ship. They're getting the periwinkles off of it, and which can also be used as a sort of an escargot type dish when they're steamed properly. So that's why people collect the periwinkles. They are winkle pickers.
Oh, very good. I like that, Paul. Jacy, can you tell me what is a WINKLEPICKER?
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of an Irish folklore. It was whenever boys started getting their first erections, the parents used to tell them that it was a WINKLEPICKER who used to come in their dreams and would like pick at their winkles. And they wanted to try to lighten the mood and not make it too, sex ed orientated. So they called wet dreams the work of WINKLEPICKERs.
That's very good. Dan, what is your answer?
It's going to be hard to top her definition of winklepicker for sure. But it actually is a newer word in current pop culture. Winklepicker is used to describe women who wear yoga pants that are sometimes a little bit too tight, and the butt crack pulls some of it in, and that's where the wink of the butt happens, and they have no shame, and they'll just go and put their fingers right in and pull them out right in front of you, and they have no shame. They are winkle pickers.
Winkle pickers. Okay, so it's a specific yoga pant wedgie pick.
Correct.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I like all of those answers. You know what? Everyone gets a point, which makes that word moot in the long run, but that's fine. So
You wanted to give it to JC for being dirty. I understand.
No.
What do you mean? It's an Irish folklore.
Exactly.
I'm only telling the story of my people.
So a winkle picker is actually a style of shoe or boot that was common in the 1950s, and it had a sharp and long pointed toe. So it's a specific type of shoe. At the end of round 2, we have JC with 3 points, Dan with 3.5 points, and Paul with 4 points.
What?
Damn it.
Things are heating up as we get
Pressure's
ready.
on, Paul. Pressure's on.
Pressure.
Cornwall's
I'm
coming
not bright
for
enough.
you.
Yeah. You're gonna get stabbed with a bottle, Paul. Be careful. There comes Cornwall.
They're from Cornwall, but they can't get on the island. The bridges
true.
are closed.
Speak for yourself. I can flirt my way onto any island, except for Survivor.
Now it is time for the how much round. In this round, I will show you interesting things I found for sale on the internet, and you will tell me how much you think they cost. So this first one I found on Etsy. It is a single tooth earring, and then in parentheses, mossy. So the description from this beautiful single, so if you want an earring for each ear, you have to buy them separately. This is a single earring. So a single earring of 2 resin human teeth. So unfortunately they aren't real human teeth, which I was weirdly disappointed in. And clay gums with some moss, because, you know, who wouldn't want this on their ear? Dan, how much do you think this beautiful homemade item costs?
You got to have a police record to buy one of these. I'm going to go with, if they were real teeth, they would have been super expensive. But I'm going to go with $75.
$75, okay. JC, how much do you think this earring costs?
Well, I'm assuming the Tooth Fairy is also being hit hard in this COVID recession. So she also took to arts and craft. I'm going to say $105 per earring.
Okay, very good. And Paul, what is your guess for these beautiful resin earrings?
Or a reminder to floss. I'm actually I'm thinking it's about, because it's resin teeth. It's about $25, but that's not my guess. Dan's guess was $75, and I'm going to Prices Right it.
Oh, come on!
$74.
74. Oh, this was actually surprisingly cheap, considering. I mean, yeah. Paul, your Price is Right move got you the point.
That's cheap.
Cheap. How much?
It was $12.
So even if I said 25, I would have still got it.
Yeah, $12. For
I was
this.
thinking for the pair.
$11 too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, about
I thought it was
$25
like
too
a cult
much.
favorite, and only twisted people would buy it.
Okay, ready for twisted people things? This is also from Etsy.
Stop!
Her name is Clara, and she's She's a very intense watcher of the home.
What?
This is Clara's description, and here's another picture of little Clara. So she's quite a tall doll, which really helps the situation. So Clara is a strong presence. She's haunted, by the way, just in case that wasn't clear from just looking at her and the night terrors we will all have. Clara is a strong presence. She is positive, but you will feel her in your home. She was a girl in the mid-1800s in Massachusetts. She is a good spirit, but she did die in what was referred to at the time as an insane asylum at the age of 35. She acts as a guard of her home. I've heard her walking and making light knocks on walls. She also turns down the TV volume. So, Paul, since you got the last one, how much do you think this beautiful doll costs?
Well, okay. First off, is it Etsy again, or is it?
It's yes. Or? This one is Etsy again.
It's Etsy.
Clara from Etsy.
Whew. I really think the story is worth more. I'm actually I'm gonna say with the rarity and the size, she is $117.
$117. Okay. Dan, what is your guess to own beautiful Miss Clara?
I'm gonna say she's. I'm gonna stay with $75, and don't say 74, LaFontaine.
Oh, trust me, I won't.
Okay, Jacy.
Listen, I will fucking give you $1 to take her off my hands.
That is.
I'm gonna go with minus $1. I'm gonna go with minus $1. I'm gonna say with free on Etsy. Just take it.
So
0.
She is actually worth, or for sale, not worth. She is for sale on Etsy for $95.
Shut up. Who wants to buy this?
There's a big market for haunted dolls. I find them every week. So Dan gets the point. Okay, our final item, it's a chicken helmet. You know, after 2 creepy items, I wanted to give you this little bit of magic. So chicken helmet, protective gear, protection from sun, rain, protection helmet is the title of this item that I found on Wish. So the description of this chicken helmet is cool and creative design. Make your chicken stylish, adorable, and interesting. Oh, they're describing me. Prevent the chicken from smash. Prevent the chicken from smash and protect the chicken's head. I mean, these are all things that I want and need for my chicken, and it comes in all of these beautiful designs. Jacy, how much do you think this chicken helmet from Wish is?
I'm gonna go with $39.99.
$39.99. Okay. Paul, how much do you think this beautiful chicken helmet is?
I was a little confused at first because on the diagonal profile, it looked more like there was potential glare on that little nipple thing on the top, but I realized it's a hole.
Yes,
so you can actually take your pet chicken for a walk by attaching a leash to it, which definitely ups the value. And I'm gonna say it's a full $3.99.
$3.99.
$3.99.
Yes, $3.99.
Because it's
all
Wish.
right. Yes. And Dan, how much do you think this? I mean, essential for all your chicken needs.
One, right?
Yeah, it's for individual. How much?
Oh, it doesn't include the chicken?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
I will say this. I think that everyone's missing the multi-purpose uses of this thing. So,
Pricktography.
Yeah, so here we go. I particularly like the flame and the silver shiny one. I think that when it's not on your chicken, that hole, you can hang them for ornaments in your Christmas tree.
That's very true.
And there's some good manufacturing because you notice it clips underneath. Those are little clips underneath. So there's some pretty good manufacturing. I think that the price for this particular item, just based on the craftsmanship, is $19.99.
1999.
I won this one. I know. I got it.
You won by like so close, Paul, because the actual price was $11.
I was gonna say $9.99 at first. Damn it!
It was off by
Man,
$1.
I set you up to say $4, so you could.
I suck at shopping.
So that point goes to Paul. Going into the final round, Jacy has 4 points, Paul has 7 points, and Dan is in the lead with 8.5 points. It is time now for the lightning round. Let's do it. What state is Niagara Falls in?
New York.
New York.
Buffalo.
In what country can you visit the Taj Mahal?
India.
India.
Very good. Who played Elaine on Seinfeld?
Juliette Louis
Louis
Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
Yes, good job, JC. IPA, Pilsner, and Lager are types of what?
Beer. Ale.
Good job, Paul. It was beer, but you said that first. Who's the lead singer of Guns N' Roses?
Axl Rose.
Ooh, that was everyone. An elephant never
Forget.
Very good. Spell the word cat.
C-A-T.
C-A-T.
Very good. Who is the current Prime Minister of Canada?
Justin Trudeau.
Trudeau.
Oh, you are all saying them all in unison. 8 divided by 4.
2.
That was all in unison. What state is Los Angeles in?
California.
It's uncanny.
Denial.
What country is Beijing in?
China.
I don't know. Who is next in line for the British throne?
Prince Charles.
No, he abdicated, so it's going to be Harry.
No, it's
No, it
Prince
won't be
Charles.
Harry. It'd be
It's
William.
Prince Charles.
William.
What sport features a broom?
Broom ball.
Hurling.
Oh,
What have you
curling,
Oh my
curling.
gosh, that was so stressful.
There's also a broom in broom ball.
there's
Oh.
a broom in Quidditch.
There is a broom in Quidditch. That is fair.
Sorry.
So JC is up to 6. Because a lot of them you said it at the exact same time, so no one got the point. Paul is up to 13. And Dan
is 14 and a half.
has 9 points because the way I heard it, all of the answers were in unison for a lot of them. At the end of all of that, JC has 6 points. Dan has 9.5 points. And Paul has 13 points. Grasping back, it was very difficult to tell who was answering first for most of those questions, so I just gave them to nobody.
As long as I don't have to pee in a cup.
Oh, that is still
I'll be very
mandatory.
happy.
I am expecting cups of pee in the mail, please. But that's just
My mailman hates me.
personal.
Getting to hang out with you guys for a little bit was winning enough for me. I could have had 0 and I would have been all right with it.
Thank you so much for coming on. Everyone
Agreed.
at home, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment and share so that so many people can see this and that I will get those sweet little hits of dopamine when I see that people have shared it. Thank you for watching. You all did a fantastic job.